Travelers and the Northwest Arkansas. Into the box now, number 27. He did not play last night, but clearly back in the starting 9 for this one.
Sport games. It's a genre that's driven by tight, realistic, and fun gameplay, while also thriving and giving its players hundreds of hours of entertainment. Whether it's via online or local multiplayer, or even single-player modes that entice players to meticulously play for full seasons in order to progress their franchise or player, hopefully breaking some records in sports history in the process. The beauty in a great sports game is balancing these deep systems with also making it accessible for anyone to pick up and play, and MLB The Show 17 does a fantastic job of doing so. This is my first MLB The Show game, so I know nothing about how San Diego studio handles baseball, and boy am I glad I found out. Customization is where MLB The Show 17 trumps its competition in the genre, allowing players to choose what kind of playing style is most comfortable for them. Would you rather just press a button to pass to first base, or would you rather increase the difficulty by adding a passing meter where you have to release a specific time? Or maybe you just want to go pure analog and do your passes with the right stick. Giving the freedom to players to play at their comfort level is a perfect sweet spot for people who want to casually play, or people who want to play 200 hours and have maximum control over everything. But what good would it be to have varying choices in gameplay if you don't have enticing, varying modes to offer? The show knows this, and does a great job of making modes feel different and rewarding. First up, Road to the Show. Personally, I'm a huge fan of the NBA 2K franchise, and love what they do with My Career mode, which brings me to my almost exclusive issues with the game. The Road to the Show mode lets players create a character and work his way to glory. However, when putting comparison to other games' career modes, I can't help but feel a little disappointed in this. Don't get me wrong, I still love the mode. There's still some deep, downward RPG mechanics in the game, where you can acquire and upgrade equipment, train your character's skills using training points, which are basically skill points from any other RPG, which you earn depending on your performance each game. Where the small fall flats for me, though, is what happens outside of the diamond. Sure, getting new equipment like a bat or gloves, which give you different attributes, sure is fun, but by comparison, the show doesn't do what other games like FIFA or NBA 2K are doing in terms of story. There's no voice acting, no decision making that feels like it carries weight for what might happen in your career. It just feels like going from menu to game, back to menu, back to game, with some story text thrown in every now and then. Having said that, I still find myself wanting to go back and play some games as my character, every couple big matches, in my favorite mode, which is franchise. Franchise mode is pretty standard for any sports game, allowing players to control every little thing from scouting reports to starting lineups. And where MLB The Show 17 excels once again is at customization. Baseball games are long, so each matchup you play, assuming you choose to have full control of the game, more on that later, can take you about 45 to 60 minutes. That's a long time. There's a special satisfaction that stems from finishing a full 9-inning game where you batted every pitch and pitched every one of his 27 outs. Don't feel like sitting through the whole 45-minute game? The show's ahead of you, letting you pick from controlling a full game to managing every move of a full game to play it with a single player, cutting the time short to about 10 minutes, and only letting you play in plays that are directly connected to that player, the same way it's used in Road to the Show, or doing a quick 5-minute manage, where you can manage decisions and what you want players to do, and the game informing you what is happening. Is it disappointing that I'm not absolutely in love with career mode? A little bit, but MLB The Show is miles ahead of its competition in one aspect. Quick play. Whether it's an online match with a stranger or a friend, or a local multiplayer match, there's no feeling like batting a home run and winning a game. The reason why finishing a match feels better than any other game in the genre is for the sheer nature of the sport. Baseball is a very strategic game, and playing a match against another person feels magical. I guess that's the best way I can put it. There's something magical and special about playing 9 innings, even if you come out on top. And MLB The Show 17 captures all of this perfectly. Throw in some new modes like Retro Mode, which is a fantastic throwback to all baseball games, while also being great for a fun pickup match. And some other quick and fun modes like Home Run Derby, and you've got yourself the whole package. A game that lets you play the way you feel the most comfortable. A game that rewards you, whether you sink 5 or 50 hours into it. And a game that is, plainly, dang fun to play. And it succeeded at taking me from being curious about the franchise to becoming a fan. It's safe to say MLB The Show 17 is a home run. Don't worry, I hate that pun too.